Austin, honey, you gon' chop shit. Yo. Austin, yeah. Oh shit. Hey, first just let me start off. I be spazzing everywhere. We ain't waiting for no get back. We gon' get it over there. That boy looking for little honey, bitch. I'm posted everywhere. If you find me anywhere, I got some killers over there. Damn, who's ain't made to say that? Cause y'all police just like black. Hey, Brady on my ass, cause they can't get me naughty mad. I can never wipe no hoe, y'all niggas go outside. Either get hit with his 5.56 or get hit with his jab. Either get hit with his 1-2 or get hit off with this black. Get hit off with this shit. Leave him in a pack. Freeze up with that shit. Honey, he gon' blast. Big Caesar in this bitch. Now I'm on the ass. Hey, 16, I've been a fucking problem. I've been robbing. I've been balling. I'ma beat the shit or something. Why the bitch calling? She be calling. She be stalking. Bitch, drill walking. Hunterville, we up now. Put my damn mask on. I'ma fucking walk down. Go and get the yellow tape. There's another man down. Have his mama fussing. Have that nigga chalked down. Roll now. No Atlanta. I'ma fucking hog down. I don't wait on no man. Honey, he gon' blow down. You know I'm on top. I'ma take his place like pro now. Never need nobody. Always been alone now. Catch that man alone now. Had that man in shock in his bitch. You might think my niggas fishing with these rods in his bitch. Honey, always respect the code. I cannot fall about no bitch. Your bitch all on a nigga. She be gargling dick. Hey, play with me, gon' hit you, make you vomit and shit. Hey, chopper, it be loud. It sound like bombs in his bitch. Hey, y'all niggas some hoes. I can't rock with no snitch. I can't rock with no nigga who ain't rock with a stick. I'm 16, I've been no fucking problem. I've been robbing, I've been balling. I'ma beat the shit or something. Why the bitch calling? She be calling, she be stalking. Yeah, your bitch all on a nigga. She be gargling dick.
Yes, sir. Let's go. How y'all doing? I'd like to welcome y'all back to Blocc 2. I want to start off first and foremost by saying thank you to everybody that came through and supported my first video. Welcome to the block. This is a work in progress. I'm trying to get my courage up, trying to get my confidence up to jump on this camera, keep this junk going. Today's topic and discussion is going to be dick discipline. Like I said, before we get into it, like I said, I just really want to acknowledge everybody that did come through. Anybody who comes through on this video, do me a favor and please just like, comment, subscribe, give me some feedback. I got a lot of feedback on the last video. One of the things you can see different from this video and that video, for one thing, is the lighting. I got it lit up in this bitch like 4th of July now, so I know I should be flawless on this motherfucking camera. You know what I'm saying? I know that. I was going to shoot this yesterday, matter of fact. I actually waited till I got a haircut today just so that light can hit me right. Hopefully that light comes through and it ain't too damn bright. I really can't see shit, but I feel like I'm on a real set though. But either way. So yeah, I got a good bit of feedback and a good bit of critiques for me to build on. My fiance, she ended up telling me, she was like, baby, I'm going to give you one pro and one con. So I was like, okay, cool. Go ahead, shoot. And she was like, well, one pro is you stayed on topic, you had your points together, and you basically had facts to back up what you was talking about. So I said, cool, man, that's a good one. She was like, the con was, you started off by saying you wasn't going to be disrespectful to people, and then 5 minutes later, you disrespectful like a motherfucker. And honestly, all I can do was laugh because I know that shit true. I know that's me. And it made me realize, so I'm going to start this one off different. I ain't even going to lie. You dig what I'm saying? Certain motherfuckers might be disrespected or might feel offended by the shit that I'm saying. I ain't going to lie and say I ain't going to offend you. You dig what I'm saying? You're going to take it how you want. This is a space for me to speak my mind, my opinion. If you don't like it, feel free to go somewhere else. You dig what I'm saying? I'm trying to make content for those who are like-minded like myself. For ones who see the world like myself. If you don't, that's more power to you. Go ahead about your business. Hold on. Boy. My damn dog trying to call me. That damn, he locked down right now. That damn little platform they got them talking on been fucking up all week though. But I gotta get him up in here, man, because honestly, he a big part of me keeping it going. Like, when I first put that first video out, I was just more happy for overcoming a fear. Anybody who knows me knows I hate cameras. I don't like talking on cameras. I don't like being around them. So this has been a big step for me. When I put that first video out, I was like, I done crossed the finish line. I was happy. My G called me down Tuesday and was like, all right, man, that was good. What's your next one going to be about? And it made me think, like, I ain't really think about it. You know what I'm saying? When I was going to put the next one or do the next one. But shit, we here now. We all on the next list. So like I said, I want to go into it. The topic of this discussion is not really going to be as much rooted in stats and statistics, but mostly in reality and experience. I realized doing a little bit of research and looking up for this particular topic that something that I always knew. Whatever you research, it's not hard to find anything to back up whatever you want to believe. But regardless of the numbers, we know our reality. We know what we're seeing when we look outside the doors. We know real, and we know when something is not running right. And right now, the current situation of our community is not running right. You know what I'm saying? It's absent of the love. It's absent of compassion. It's absent of a lot of things. And the reason why I'm speaking on that because it all ties into that discipline. And like I said, I found a particularly kind of interesting fact, which was the United States is leading the world in single-parent homes. And that's just amazing to me. You feel what I'm saying? And I actually found one article that actually was more so trying to justify and say that black children are not affected as much by one-parent homes simply because of the other and so many other stressors that we go through in life. That a single-parent home, especially since how long we're growing accustomed to it. With over 70% of our children in America in the black community in a single-parent household. And I was brought up in a single-parent household. So before I give out all kinds of statistics and say this, that, and third, children can be produced and be upstanding, good citizens, men and women, from single-parent homes. But we still can't deny the fact of the barriers that still put in place, the psychological barriers that it puts in place. We all see, or we always heard growing up, all the absence of fathers in the home and the impact it had on black boys. But a lot of us don't stop to think about the impact that it had on black girls. And it wasn't until I got older and I really started to have my own experiences in life that I started to understand that a little more. But it all ties back to not practicing good dick discipline. Dick discipline is for us fellas, man. And it's a time for us to really take our power back, in a sense. Because once we impregnate a woman, our power is kind of pretty much gone, especially in this world. The court's going to side with the mother, regardless whether she's fit or not. And a lot of times, us males, we make these decisions knowing a lot of the times in this situation that the woman that we're laying down with are not a woman that we would really take serious on that level. I'm gonna stop saying we and I'm gonna say me, because especially me. My first 25 years of my life was spent merely having fun, fighting and fucking. And if it wasn't those two, I wasn't having fun. I was reckless with myself. I didn't care. I didn't think too much. I grew up, like I said, single mother household. So like a lot of young males, I grew up, and somewhere along the lines, I picked up the idea that the more women that you had, the more of a man you were. So I just started knocking them off, just to knock them off. And I find myself, I used to deal with women that in my mind, sitting there with them, I would have known, like, I can't take this shorty serious. But still fucking them. And long story short, for me, that led to a child. My firstborn child. And the sad part about, like I said, my child is a blessing, but the sad thing about it, what I realized once I had her, was how reckless I had become. I realized that I now had one of the most precious things in my world, and I was sharing it with a woman that I didn't even know. like I didn't know nothing about. Like as far as the superficial exterior stuff, I didn't know this one. And that led to the situation that more so I have now. I sit back and it hurts me sometimes to look at my daughter and to see the situation and knowing I created the same situation for her that I hated growing up. Simply because I didn't practice good dick discipline. Like, I got to a point where finally, once I got 25, it really kind of leveled off for me. It really kind of put things in perspective, and I really started to understand that it's their minds that's going to raise our children. So I started to really try to understand a woman before I get to that level with her. And the sad reality, what I found, a lot of them have nothing to offer but pussy. A lot of them say they want a man simply because that's what they feel they should have. But that absent father, that group that made an angry boy, created a young girls that don't adequately know how to love a man either. What's good, G? Boy, you finally got that shit working, huh? Hmm. Man, yes sir, I'm already live, man. I'm rolling right now, man. You tuning in on me. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody, my dog I killed and popped in on me. He finally got his shit situated over there. You dig what I'm saying? But either way. But shit, I was just now bringing everybody up to speed with what I was going to be going over with them and stuff of this nature. Like I said, I was talking to my dog earlier this week, and he the one kind of helped me narrow down this topic that I wanted to go in on as far as dick discipline and a lot of this stuff is stuff that, like I said, it's no need to be rooted in stats and statistics. This is our reality. We can go outside and see this. We can go outside and like I said, the thing with my experience in life from all the states, I've been to all the cities, all the countries. Say again? Oh, yo ass. But I realized something and I realized I could fit in everywhere. Because everywhere I went, our stories was the same. We told it different. We had different slang, and everybody's situation is mildly different, but they're all the same. Everybody had to get it out the mud. It was raised a single parent home. They had without, and now they got a chip on their shoulder. It's the same for all of us, but it all comes down to, like I said, us men reclaiming our strength. And if we look around at our society, all it does is it pushes sex. It pushes sex. That's all it really wants us to be focused on. Like I was telling my G earlier, I can remember what kind of set me on the path of just a sexual deviant. And I ain't even knocking him, but I can remember when I was a little itty bitty boy, like Charleston White used to say. I was sitting down, and I was probably about 5, 6 years old, and my father, he sat me down on the porch. And I can remember he brought the porno book out there, right? So I tried to act like I didn't see the shit at first. I already had him been sneaking in his room and shit, but I act like I didn't see it sitting beside his leg. So he was like, "I know you see it. Pick it up." You know what I'm saying? I picked it up. I cracked that joker open, and he pointed to a set of titties. And he was like, "What's that?" And I act shy like I ain't know what the fuck it was. He's like, "You know what it is? Titties." Yeah. He's like, "What's this?" Hey, titties, bro. You know what I'm saying? Titties, ass, coochie. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, from that point, it kind of set me on that path of where I was unable to see women beyond that. When I saw them, I saw ass and titties. And of course, pretty feet. Because if you got ugly feet, you got to throw the whole broad away, dog. That's just the rules. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't make the rules, bro. You got ugly toes, bro. Like, everybody playing footsies with you, man. You dig? I was just telling them fools, though, you see my lighting up in this bitch, ain't it? Yeah, got that bitch lit up, nigga. I got it lit up, cuz. I might prop you up right here on my Kevin Samuels fucking damn candle. But yeah, I mean, all in all, like I say, it's easy. It's easy to lay down. But and like I say, once we give our seed to a woman, our official stomp down word has to be shared. So picture having to share that power with a stranger. And we wondering why there's no communication amongst, or why our family structures are falling apart. We've gotten away from understanding a person for who they are and what they bring to the table aside from their physical attributes. And I'm speaking that, like I say, I knew that from my perspective. And I know it applies to a lot of other people. So this is more so a way for men to ask themselves, what am I getting out of this? You feel what I'm saying? I used to find myself in a lot of situations where I fuck a chick and I'm like, why am I even here? You dig what I'm saying? I could have stayed home and did something productive with my life. But chasing tail, you feel me? And at the end of the day, I really, what brings that to the forefront for me is the situation my daughter is in. Me and her mother has been warring ever since she was born. Warring. Like, and like I say, it's such a bad situation for her that she's missing out on that balance. I realized what the man brings to the table once I became a man and have a family of my own. That's that stability. That's that discipline. That structure. There's a lot of things that our community is lacking. And I give up my flowers to my father. He wasn't in the house and he wasn't around as much as I wanted him to be, but at least he was around enough to not let me stray too far. And that's why, like I said, certain information I feel like has to be put out for us to retrain our minds. I had to really sit myself down and train my mind not to look at every ass that walk by. I used to have to train my mind that just because a chick offered me the pussy, I don't have to take it. Sometimes power is not what you do, it's what you don't do. Like, I could, but why would I want to if you about to just throw that at me, how many others you don't let dive in you? Now I let you go and put that energy all on me? Like we say we are moving in ways of liberation, that we love ourselves and this, that, and third, but what's more careless than to drop your dick and your semen in a stranger? You dig what I'm saying? And like I was telling my fiance, like it's sad for me that I had to learn certain things after I had my kids. But the things I learned from them, I was telling her, I was like, I've learned now to think for my kids before they even get here. And I pointed to my nuts. You dig what I'm saying? I'm thinking for these. I can't just put these anywhere. You dig what I'm saying? I got to unlock her mind first. Like I was telling my G, I went on a date with a chick one time back in the gym. And she already trying to throw the pussy before we even really got it in that good. You dig what I'm saying? But like I say, at this point, I'm really trying to understand the mind. So she was like, yeah, ask me anything you want. I was like, shit, what's the last book you read and when? You know what I'm saying? Boy, listen, I could see the pussy drying up in front of my face, nigga, like, in front of my eyes, dog. So she was like, what? And I was like, oh, all right. So conversation going on, and I ended up asking her, I was like, how aware are you of your childhood traumas and what are you doing today to fix them? You feel me? And like I said, once you ask some of these real questions, you will get answers, dog, that'll make your dick soft. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you'll be like, whoa, I can't fuck with you. You know what I mean? Shit, but if you got any type of, and like I say, the game gonna be the game. Like I said, I ain't sitting here telling every man out here not to knock something off. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is, really think for your future legacy. Think. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a type of person. I can remember, and like I said, things changed up. I knew my daughter's mother for years, since I was like 14, 15 years old. We didn't have our child till we was in our 20s. So we knew we was around each other for a long time, but we didn't know each other. Like, we knew the superficial shit. We came around, we probably might talk about club and some friend shit, and you know what I mean? But I've always had a mind for how I wanted to move as a father. Me growing up without one, I actually had that in my mind of what I was going to do when I had kids. And that's why it kind of blew me once I allowed myself to create the same situation I hated growing up for one of my children. And that's what really hurts me every time I look at her sometimes. And me and her mother go at it. in the end, she's in the middle. And it's crazy because I can remember I changed up, so to say, on my child's mother kind of immediately. Once my child came in the picture, I came to her like a man. I said, yo, I lied to you. I'm sorry. But I can't fuck with you or play with you like that. You dig what I'm saying? I want to keep a straight business for our child to have the best shot. And that will require us, I'm not going to play with your emotions and this, that, and third. She took that as, I turned my back on her and this, that, and third. And I can understand how she feel that way. But to understand, like I say, ladies, how well do you know these men when you say you know them? Like y'all having some conversations, but is this man telling you his visions for the future, and that with you in it? Is he telling you his plans, his goals? If he ain't talking to you about that, and he talking to you about entertainment and sports and some hot girl summer shit, like, and they don't give a fuck about you, dog. And I'm sorry to tell you, he just wants some ass. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he just buying some time for the pussy. And I ain't trying to knock no niggas getting the pussy. I'm just saying, we having like 70% of our black community families are single parent or single mother homes. And if we want to change any type of trajectory for us, there's nothing you can't tell me that us getting back to having a father there, present, for his children won't fix. But in order for us to be able to establish those type relationships, we must first get in tune to understanding who we are and who we are laying down with. You feel what I'm saying? Like, parenting in 2021 is crazy already. So to add to the fact, like, to know that you're going to bring your child into a situation where they're going to grow up as a boy. I knew how I grew up as a boy in a single mother home. My mama couldn't tell me shit. Because at a certain age, I knew I had a dick and she didn't. So whatever she used to tell me, I'm like, yeah, alright, man, you a woman. You supposed to say that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, your path and my path is different. She raised me with a lot of good qualities, how to be responsible and stuff like that. But she couldn't teach me how to be something she's not. So that's why a lot of these young boys look to the street or they look to the world to define them. And that's the situation a lot of you women put your sons in when you choose to have a son with a guy you don't know. You know you about to pamper him and he about to be your prince and all that cute shit. But you know, I'm telling you, he's gonna get to a point where he's gonna be looking for guidance for the path he's on. And sadly, no matter what the shit that a lot of women love to talk today, or I think like a man, this, that, and third, I tell women all the time, the moment you so-called think like a man is the moment you lost as a woman. You fucked up on being what you're supposed to be. The moment you try and think like something you're not. I don't need, and like I said, fellas, you hear a chick say some shit like that, that's the one you don't need to fuck either. I don't need no motherfucker think she can beat me. You might as well go get your own bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like you trying to be a man like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I need you to be thinking like a woman 24/7. Anytime you trying to think like me, you in the wrong lane. So that's that you need to go ahead, and that's why I say, fellas, you hear women say certain things. Ask them questions. Don't be so eager. Don't be so eager. Get them to kind of put some substance and put some words behind that ideology and the stuff they spit. I love to, like I said, I listen to a female talk. Oh, dudes ain't this, niggas ain't that, niggas ain't this, and dudes ain't that. I tell a woman straight up, every dude you ever met in your life is a bitch. Your daddy, your brother, everybody's a bitch. You come, I mean, if that's your experience, you going off, I hope you speaking from experience and not some shit you heard. So off your experience, if all dudes is that, in my world, them dudes is bitches. Those ain't men in my book. You got fucked over, shorty, I'm sorry. You should have known who you was fucking with. You know what I'm saying? So it goes both ways, but fellas, the buck starts and stops with us. Before we can give these and say, oh, my baby mama this, like I said, I don't even try to shit on my child's mother too much, because at the end of the day, I gave her that power. What I laid down with her. You feel me? So yeah, everything she throws at me, I'm willing to take. But I really be at a loss for my child. Because with my situation, it's a little bit different. And y'all probably hear me talk about this in different situations over time, over this podcast. But the point of this one is to really just get guys, my young G's, just to slow down and rethink. That night of pleasure, and that's even if the pussy good. You fuck around and get a pregnant and the pussy wasn't even all worth it, dog. Then it was fucking terrible. Mm. Mm.
You can't nothing for that person. That person ain't gonna understand you because you can't want me to understand you when you don't understand yourself. You gotta people need to sit down and take time to really get their own mind right, to really understand what they have going on, their faults, the things that they need to tighten up in their life. And now when I go to the table and with this other person, I can say, well, listen, you know what I mean, this is what I'm working on. You know what I mean, this is me. You know, I know how to promote myself now, and I know how to deliver, you know what I mean, who I am and what I am to you now, because, you know what I mean, I know who I am. I'm taking time to get to know myself. But if I don't know myself, then I'm just freestyling this thing with you, you know what I mean? So, and we already at risk. We starting off at a bad risk. Before we get to the laying down in the bed and all of that, we already at a risk.
You got to be aware of what you're coming to the table with.
Before you go to your next date or whatever you know what I mean, with anybody, sit down and get to know yourself. Do some practices and strategies of self-evaluation and getting to know who you are, what you got going on with yourself before you.
Like I said, his shit been fucking up all week. But I get what he's saying though. And telling the truth though, I was about to tell him though, that's the problem. A lot of us won't sit with ourselves long enough to learn ourselves. And that's really when I was able to really find myself. Once I really sat myself the fuck down and cut everything off to get my mind right. Like, and I ain't gonna say I had to sit down involuntarily at first, but once I realized the pattern, that's why we try to move so fast. We run from relationship to relationship. We keep ourselves occupied with entertainment, simply to not sit with ourselves and to process those thoughts and to sit with that pain and to process it, to put periods to those questions that's going on in our mind. I was just telling them, I was like, that's one of the patterns I realized. And like you say, the work starts with self. The work starts with self. Like, a lot of the stuff, and a lot of people wonder why I got so quiet for the last few years. I was focused on me. You feel me? I found the problem was me. Like, it's an old saying that says, until a man finds himself, he will destroy any woman that he comes in contact with. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we come into a situation trying to lead, but we're not confident in ourselves enough to be that leader. So, and like I said, it's not until you sit yourself down. And I want to stress this because I don't want people I want people to sit themselves down before they get a child involved in this. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of my learning, like I said, I had to learn at the expense of my child tears. That's how I had to learn. I can remember a situation, bro. Like I say, I found out my daughter born September 10th, 2011. When she was born, I was in Iraq. I remember the date. I seen her picture on the phone. I think I was telling you about it. I seen her picture. As soon as I seen that picture, I was like, whoa. Know what I'm saying? I was already known for, you know what I'm saying, sliding past, or, you know what I'm saying, pregnancy scare here, pregnancy scare there, dodging the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had it came good. I was Neo on the motherfuckers. So, when I seen it, I was like, I knew it. I ended up hitting up my child's mother. I call her 12. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who know me, family and friends for years, everybody know I call her 12. So anyway, I hit 12 up, and I was like, hey man, I don't think that She was in a relationship with another nigga. She was, I don't think that's his baby, bro. You dig what I'm saying? So I want to send my mom's through, and I want to do a DNA test, bro, because I don't think that's that nigga baby. Okay, long story short, voila, she's mine, 99.9%. You feel me? Boom. So okay, and from that moment is once I realized this was an unfamiliar situation. No matter how long I knew, I'm like, I don't know this motherfucker. And then, so like I said, so when I came home, ironically, she didn't know me either. So they started trying to do things like her mother. They didn't want me to actually ever have my child. They just wanted me to pay for it. Oh yeah, don't let him go with him. He might be crazy. He just came back from the army. Don't. So I'm like, bro, you don't know me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think you about to babysit my hand with my fucking child? You know what I'm saying? Like, so now that just leads to the fighting amongst us instead of the understanding and trying to develop a foundation for the child. You feel me? So it started off ugly. I came home a little bit before Christmas Eve, that 2011, right? And I finally see my daughter for the first time. We ended up going to Myrtle Beach for a vacation, family vacation, because I was just now about to turn around and go back I was going to Afghanistan. We down there in Myrtle Beach, right? My little girl is probably a few months old at the time. I had just put her to sleep. She was crying. Her mother calls and was like, hey, wake her, I want to put her on the phone. As if she can fucking talk. And I'm like, yeah, I just got her to sleep. Oh, well, wake her up. I want to hear her talk. I'm like, bro, I ain't waking her up. I just fucking put her to sleep. What kind of shit is that? Wake her up or I'm about to call the police and tell them you kidnapped her. What? You know what I mean? Like, from the beginning. And like I said, and this is the situation, and from that moment forward, I knew I'm looking at my child like, I can't say sorry enough sometimes. Because I know the situation she in. And like I said, I always trickle it back to a lack of dick discipline. Because I knew I shouldn't have been fucking with her mama. And like I knew I shouldn't have been fucking with a lot of chicks I had fucked. But way before I actually had her. I knew it. But I just didn't care. I just was selfish. I just wanted, and that was my way of venting. That was my way. You dig what I'm saying? Like everybody had their outlet. You feel me? Mine wasn't drugs and this, that, and third. Mine was fighting and fucking. That was it. You know what I mean? Short and simple to the point. But think about that though. As I said that, both of those are self-destructive attributes. You feel what I'm saying? But I can honestly say that that's just really purely what I was. I was simple as hell growing up. It wasn't hard to please me. You feel what I'm saying? You know, it wasn't until I understood myself that I learned the value of myself. And that's why I can't just give myself to anybody. I don't even bump shoulders in conversation with anybody's. So now you think about laying down with a motherfucker, you got to, any chick can't get this dick. You feel me? You got to have it up here. You got to have a total package. And besides, I'm already off the market. I'm already engaged. You know what I'm saying? I already got mine. Y'all better get you one. You feel me? That's all I can tell you. Dig mine upstairs. You know what I'm saying? But shit. Bro, listen, hey, and wait, and once you start breaking it down like that, you start challenging a woman to meet you intellectually, to connect with you in spirit. Like, take the physical part is easy. You feel me? The physical part is easy for most motherfuckers. I can't speak for everybody. You know what I mean? I know it was easy for me. Like I said, and like I said, I knew, tell the truth, I kind of blame myself even now, bro. Because even then, bro, I was fucking them hoes out of anger, dog. Fucking them out of anger. They don't even know it. I'm wearing their ass out. They think I'm in love with them. You feel me? Like,
understand the problem that I really had some problems that I needed to handle before I had called, join a partnership with somebody, or especially bring a baby into this world, you know what I mean? So, and mine wasn't just being carelessness and going around, you know what I mean, sleep with people, because I was ready, I wanted it. But I, you know what I mean, and I don't, like I said, I never, let's say my baby was an accident or nothing, or, you know what I mean, nothing like that. It's just, like I said, I should have got to know myself, and I was dealing with so much stuff from my childhood to, you know what I mean, from alcohol, all kind of stuff, just dealing with stuff that just wasn't fit for, you know what I mean, it wasn't for
Yeah, but the boy gotta get this shit right up and now. I mean, but I get what he's saying though. It definitely is that, like, that question that I said, that people that I asked that female one time. I asked her, how aware are you of your childhood traumas and what are you doing in real time to fix them or to correct them? That's not just a good question to ask on a date. That's a question you should start asking yourself, because we all out here trying to run from insecurities, fears, and doubts, and all types of other shit that we got from our childhoods. You feel what I'm saying? But everybody's so busy living their best life that they don't want to sit still long enough to acknowledge it and to address it. And that's why we keep finding ourselves repeating the same cycle over and over. History, not study, repeats itself. But that's what it is, though. I feel what you're saying, though. That shit doing a little bit better today. Bro, hey, you be getting good into the speech, too. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, man, that was like that was my problem. I should have sat and got myself, got handled my issues. You know what I mean? Man, I tell you, I had watched this thing on I think it was like a video he put on Instagram, Will Smith, and man, he was talking about him and Jada's situation and how unfair it is to come into a situation or relationship when you're not right with yourself. And it was like that's kind of what they was at in life. You know what I mean? That was what they was had going on. They was trying to, she went her way, you went this way, and it was, he said, told her to get yourself together, you know what I mean? Make yourself happy, be happy. And when you come back to me with your happiness,
bro,
and my happiness, we put it together.
I seen that. I know exactly what you're talking about. The Joker was like, he basically, him and Jada was going through it, and they basically got to a point where he was like, yo, I quit. I ain't about to try to make you happy no more. You gonna make yourself happy so I can even see it's possible. And I'm gonna make me happy. And I remember that because that shit is true. Like, a person can't make you happy. They can add to it. You feel me? They can add to it, but you already have to be there. You dig what I'm saying? And like I said, a lot of us, we run. And I ain't gonna lie, I did it as well. That's why I ran overseas and stayed over there so long. That's why I ran to every club and got drunk and got fucked up, like because you never want to sit with yourself to process it. You feel what I'm saying? The best thing that ever happened to me, like I said, I was on house arrest for like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't go no fucking where. That was my time to sit down. I'm stuck there, but getting my mind right and started the processing, dog. And I told myself, all those feelings and thoughts that was reoccurring, I was not going to just try to dismiss them anymore. I was going to sit with them. I was going to sit with them and understand them. I was going to sit with them long enough until I can put a period on them, so that way I ain't got to think about this shit no more. And I can move forward in my thinking. Free up my mind space. And that's really what it comes down to. So this is more of a challenge to the men. The buck starts with us. Period. You feel what I'm saying? We can let these motherfuckers run around here and do all that yapping, talking they want to. All that shit the false shit gonna die out. That shit is not sustainable. You feel me? Like, sometimes I look around at the world and I laugh. I laugh on the inside at some of the ways these women carry themselves, and it's obvious. I'm like, oh, niggas is fucking you? Like, looks aside. This is gonna raise the children, bro. These motherfuckers don't know how to be nurturing. They don't know how to, they're not maternal. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they actually, I feel like a lot of them, they grew up with that. With them, like for females growing up without a father, I feel like they have a deep-seated hatred for men on the inside. And even when they get one that's worth something, they sabotage it because they don't know what to do with it because they never seen it done properly before. They probably seen their mama and aunties get fucked over, and they tell them niggas ain't shit. So girl, make sure you do this. Whoop da whoop da whoop da whoop. And that's all they know. So they get with a man. They don't know how to actually. They don't know. Telling the truth, like I said, with me, for any man, it ain't about love. It's about respect. And a lot of our people today don't have that. First and foremost, they don't have respect for themselves, so they damn sure can't give it to nobody else. So, fellas, it's crucial. In order for us to turn this trajectory, bro, we gotta start being stingy with the dick, bro. We gotta start being stingy with the dick. Like I say, I ain't never been that thirsty. I don't know. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't say never been thirsty. That's nothing third. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, once you get to a certain age and you see enough life and experience, you can't deny what we're seeing right in front of us, man. We can't. And at some point, we got to be the ones to make the change within ourselves if we're gonna do something different. And that's basically the nutshell of this of the topic of discussion for the night. Like I said, it really wasn't gonna be rooted in statistics and stats, just more experience and just real life and just getting people to think. Really look around from an analytical standpoint or from a objective standpoint and analyze some of these situations. Come on, fellas. How many women you know with kids that they ain't raising? They just maintain it. They just giving entertainment items and they you dig what I'm saying? Like they ain't investing nothing into that child's mind to make them self-sustaining and self-right. They're just maintaining children. Like if you can see a woman just maintaining a child, why would you want? That ain't what you lay down with. That ain't the one we lay down with. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's really being very picky about the women we starting to choose. Bodies and all that shit aside, that shit is cool. After we fuck, then what? What else can we do? You know what I mean? Like, that's where the conversation goes. Like, after you nut, do you still want to be there? Then that'll tell you one thing. But, matter of fact, I want to send a happy birthday shout out to Shawty Mac. Shawty, I ain't get to send you a shout out yesterday. I'm going to try to hit your ass up later. Matter of fact, as soon as I get off this shit, I'm going to hit your ass up. Happy birthday, Shawty Mac. Wonder if you about to go back overseas. Stay running over there like me. Shit, I miss getting that bag too. But for the most part, that's really the topic of discussion for Rock Block, Block 2. Like I said, I want everybody to like, comment, subscribe, give me some feedback, give me some topics you would like to see me conversate on. I'm looking for guests so we can start bouncing ideas off. Like, I really want to build a platform to where we just call shit what it is. Like, we remove the emotions and we just think critical for a minute. Really look at and like I said, if your world is peaches, smiles, and Hallmark cars, then I ain't talking to you. You dig what I'm saying? But if you grew up in a lot of the places and a lot of the areas I grew up with, I don't know about y'all, but I saw a lot of pain. I saw a lot of hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm talking to them. For those ones who really can't figure out how to get out of those situations. I'm telling you, the power is within you. Like, nobody coming to save you. Jesus ain't coming to save you. But you can definitely and damn sure save yourself. And take action. Just when you do different things, you get different outcomes. Before I forget too, that song that came on in the beginning was King Hunted, Opsticks. The video out on YouTube. You can go Screaming on Spotify. Opsticks by King Hunted. That shit be sliding. That shit pumps me up in the morning. Once again, I thank y'all for coming through for another episode of Rock Block. I want to see if my dog called back in. But more than likely, he down. That shit probably done fucked up for the night. Grab a block and let's build, baby. We out. Till next time, y'all.